Hey Justin, hey man, my name's Jamie Lambert, and in this video, I'm going to show you three things that you can start doing today that will help you start getting more junk removals. Uh, why in the heck do I do this? Well, basically because I'm an idiot, giving this information away for free. But sorry about that. I know most junk removal companies are too busy running the day to day to worry about how Google searches can increase their dumpster rentals. And sometimes the only hesitation on hiring somebody is, they don't know who the expert is and who isn't. So I've found that by giving junk removal companies a free and easy attack plan of actual things that they can do today to start increasing their dumpster rentals have resulted in some of those companies seeing that value that I can bring to the table and want more info, or even a customized SEO strategy from me. So if at the end of this video you can see the value that I can bring to the table and increase your junk removals, then I'll have a link in the email to schedule a call for a more detailed look in your business. Or Justin, you can simply take action yourself with this free attack plan, and that works for me too. So Justin, let's take a look at your website. And again, it looks great. You got your socials, you got your contacts, you got booking, you kind of got why choose us, but what we look at, is the $1 million question. Is this thing, making money for you? So we use a paid tool called Eris that it's a couple $100 a month. And you can basically see that, your site's getting about 10 visits a month, coming from these 58 buyer intent keywords that Google recognizes you for. So, you can look here at, you're getting about 9 hits from commercial junk removal that's got 240 volume. And, you're sitting right at the top of the second page. So what we're going to look at in this video is, right down here, this bit, the big fish, junk removal, Columbus, Ohio, that's got 510 search volume, and you're sitting at 30th. So, we, and find out why you're there and how we can get a little more traffic from that. So we're going to take a closer look at the junk removal search, like I said, and you can see it's got a monthly search volume of 500, and like I said, you're ranked 30th and not getting any traffic from it. So if we look at what clients see when they search junk removal, the very first thing that you're normally going to see is Google Ads up here at the top. And honestly, most clients will pass this by. And also, if it's not done properly, you can waste a lot of money in just a few months if your website's not converting those ads correctly. So the second thing that you'll see is this Google Map Pack, the big three. This is where 40% of the call clicks come from. Citations are a valuable asset to go get to make this possible. And I'll touch on this later. And you're sitting about ninth right here, so you're close. Uh, but it's very vital to leverage yourself into this top three if you can. And then the second thing that the next thing that you see is the organic search. And this is getting basically the other 60% of the clicks, whether it be free quotes, contact form, or phone calls. And content with buyer intent keywords and backlinks are the main ingredients to dominate this area. And as you can see, junk removal here, fire dogs and junk removal are dominating the search. So what I'm going to do, we're going to look at Junk King, and so basically the same thing that I did on your site. I'm going to click on their organic keywords, and when this loads up here, you're going to see that they're sitting in the third position, and they're getting 72 hits a month just from the search. And so why are they getting those? Well, if you go back in here, you can see right here, you've got content on the home page, you've got buyer intent keywords on the location page, and you've got 368, backlinks that are pointing back to their site, proving to Google that they have relevance and authority. So just by implementing some more content with buyer intent keywords on your website, grabbing some powerful citations, and copying and dominating your competition's backlinks will start moving your site up in the Google Map Pack and the organic rankings. And this isn't about Junk King being smarter than everybody. You know, it's just them leveraging the three core pillars for those Google robots to see, and that's content, citations, and backlinks. You know, so you're thinking this guy called me and said he promised a solution to all this for free, and yeah, I sure did. And again, it's content, citations, and backlinks. And my business name is .com Digital Real Estate, and I chose that name for a reason. Your online presence is a valuable piece of digital real estate, and it is a very vital property that can take your business to where you dream of. So that free attack plan, here it is. One, content is king. Google wants your site to be filled with buyer intent keywords that people are searching for. They want at least 1,500 words worth of content on your homepage, and they want it filled with wording that tells them what you do and where you do it. Just like your dumpsters, trucks, and employees tell the public what you do, you have to show what you have and what you do and where you do it to Google as well. And you have to do it more powerful than your competition. The second thing that we talked about was citations. What information do you print on your dumpsters and trucks? Your name and address and phone number. And that's an online citation. The NAP listed in online directories such as Bing, Yellow Book, Yellow USA, Hot Frog, and many others. But your Google business profile that can grab up to 40% of the clicks, it depends on it a ton. Your competition has 150 of them, and you have about 100. So what we would do is make sure you get to at least 150, and then go grab another 50 or 100 just to be able to make sure you dominate your competition. Also, some citations are more important than others. Just like a billboard is more important than 100-yard signs. So by grabbing the more powerful and authoritative citations, you'll see a dramatic difference in your calls per month from your GDP. And last and certainly not least, is your backlinks. And, you love referrals from your customer, correct? So that's what a backlink essentially is. It's a referral from another site to yours. All backlinks are not created equal. Google loves quality over quantity. Just like a referral, just like a backlink from a contractor's blog on his website is going to be pretty powerful for you. One from Pizza Hut, not so much, because I don't think you have any pepperoni in your inventory. So we would copy your competition's powerful backlinks and then go get another 50 just to make sure we're dominating them here as well. Again, Justin, the reason for this video is I wanted to show you what's out there for you to get more junk removals. I didn't want to just tell you and you take my word for it like every other marketing company does. I want to take your online property and dominate your area. So if you found this video valuable for your business and you would like to talk more about getting to number one all over Google, click the link in the email to schedule a deeper dive into your junk removal business. I want to get to know what you want with your business so we can figure out a custom strategy just for you. No obligation, just see if we fit together and just add more value to you and your business. Justin, I appreciate, your time watching this video. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.